What up is Marcus Dynasty Football Dads? We have another video for you. It is DeAndre Swift. It is a free signed jersey. We're going to be talking about the 2023 class, what to do, how to best maximize your picks in the 2022 and 2023 class. I've been somebody that has said, hey, don't just go trading away your 2022 picks for nothing, or don't go selling low on your 2022 picks to get into these 2023 picks. Now, know that 2023 picks, it is 18 months before you're going to see some of these guys hit the field. Where am I trading my 2022 class into this 2023 class? Which picks am I giving away? And what is the value of the 2023 class related to the 2022 class? We're going to go through all that detail here in the next couple of minutes. We're going to start with the 2022 class. What picks am I keeping and what picks am I trying to trade away? And really, it depends on, first of all, Superflex, 1 QB, what positions are you in need of? If you are in need of a quarterback, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, those are quarterbacks that I think are easily better than Malik Willis and company. And so I am trying to get into that 2023 class right now. I am trying to get as high as possible. I think Bryce Young will probably in Superflex be the 101. I could see CJ Stroud being a top 3-4 pick, and there might be another quarterback that jumps into that mix as well, even with some of these stud running backs and stud wide receivers. This 2023 class reminds me a lot of the 2020 class, which we'll get more into. So first of all, if you need a quarterback in this 2022 class, I am trying to trade into this 2023 class and get as many picks to either move up or draft a quarterback at that time. A lot of times you're not going to be able to get an early 2023 or a projected early 2023 unless you're giving up a ton. Because a lot of people already know, especially in the Dynasty sphere, that 2023 class has been gold. It's that 24-karat gold. We want that. So maybe you have already a mid-2023 first, and if you get a couple of them, you can start moving up or adding maybe a 2023 first and a 2024 first and get yourself a Bryce Young or potentially a CJ Stroud or something along those lines. You can make those moves down the road, but right now, if you need a quarterback, that is key number one, move into that 2023 class. Now, if you need a running back or wide receiver, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. Running backs, I think Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker are both very, very good running backs. Are they as good as Bijan Robinson? Are they as good as Evans, Gibbs? It's very tough. They're all kind of, I think especially Robinson, I think he's the best running back clearly of any of the running backs in the two classes. But Evans, Gibbs, they are both solid running backs as well. So if you need a running back, I'm okay with staying in the top 3 picks. I am okay with taking a Breece Hall or a Kenneth Walker over any other mid to late first round pick in 2023. So really, I think I'm keeping the first 4 to 5 picks in 2022 versus trying to trade for a mid to later 2023. I think the early part of 2023 is going to be more valuable when it comes to Robinson and, again, CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. People are going to pay up for those type of picks. Even Jackson Smith, he will be another wide receiver that will be, I was trying to think of his name. He'll be even another wide receiver that will be up into that kind of category where I think those top 4 or 5 picks, we're going to be looking a lot like 2020. If you remember 2020, we had CeeDee Lamb, we had Justin Jefferson. We did have some busts in there too, Henry Ruggs and Jalen Reagor and everything like that. And Jerry Jeudy would technically be a bust-ish for now, but he still has value until he can actually show that he can perform with Russell Wilson. But for running backs, we had DeAndre Swift, who's the #1 running back going into pre-draft, and then we had Jonathan Taylor, and we had J.K. Dobbins. I see this class being a lot like 2023, and if you remember that 2020 class, it was a lot more valuable than 2019. And sometimes it's the perceived value. It doesn't matter what an analyst says or what I say. If the community agrees that the 2023 class, especially the first 5-6 picks, are going to be nearly untouchable, or first 5 picks are going to be nearly untouchable because these guys are going to be generational talents, I can say, well, you know what? I think that that's not exactly true. I think the class is going to be really good, but I don't think it's going to be absolutely amazing as 2020. I think it's going to be a little less than 2020. I think we might have a little bit of a slight disappointment in there. It doesn't matter what I say. If the community says it, then you're going to have that value. If you have a top 5 pick, then you can take that and use it to sell. Basically, you can get the farm for it. And that is exactly what you should be trying to do. Is trying to get a top 5 2023 pick is going to be difficult. But if you can do it now, this is the time. Especially from now until May 1st. Because after the players, these 2022 players, get a team name, which is the most important thing. Breece Hall goes to Miami, even though they already have 2 running backs. They have Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, but maybe Breece Hall goes there. Breece Hall goes to the Bills. Breece Hall goes to Atlanta. Kenneth Walker goes to the Bucs, and they don't re-sign Leonard Fournette. Something along these lines. You get these players with actual team names, and their value will jump. So be patient. Is number 2. Be patient. Calm down. Well, actually, probably number 3. Number 2 is making sure that you keep your top 5 picks. Number 3 would be make sure that you're patient enough that these players will get team names. I remember Najee Harris. I remember Javonte Williams. Even though, especially Javonte wasn't an ideal situation. But when Jamar Chase went to the Bengals, value went way up. Najee Harris goes to Pittsburgh. Perfect situation that people believed in. Value went up. And so these players, all of a sudden now you went from players trading a 2022 or 2021 early first, and they were just getting kind of mediocre. They were getting maybe just the same type of value. Maybe they're getting an early 2022 first and a late 22 first. They were able to maybe get 2 early 2 early 2022 first. That's a lot of 2s. And so I saw trades like that going down after the draft. So be patient. It is only a couple weeks away. I know we get into this trade happiness. We want to go, 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 go. But some of the most important things is to be patient. It is one of the most important things to not just jump at it right away. You want almost somebody to overpay for that pick. Be like, hey, I'm staying here. I'm going to take Breece Hall, Traylon Burks. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson. I'm going to take Kenneth Walker. I'm going to take one of the top 4. You can even add maybe Drake London into that top 5. I'm going to take one of these top 5 guys. And if you don't overpay for that, then I'm just going to take that player, which I think those top 5 players are really good. I think they're very solid players. My biggest concern is 6 on. 6 on, if you can trade 6 on for anything valuable into 2023, if you can get the same, or we'll just even give it like a +4. So, and what I mean by +4 means if you can trade pick 7 for anything that is within 4 picks into the next draft, 4, 5, I think that kind of area. So if you can trade 6 for 10, 11, then I'm doing that trade for 2023. So anything, so really, if you have a pick 6, 7, 8, and they're willing to give you a 2023 first in a 12-team league, I am absolutely doing that. Especially if you are in a rebuild that you can project out, that's going to be a little bit of time. Now, if you have a late 2021, 2022 first, and you're trying to get a late 2023 first, that's going to be super difficult. Because the problem with projecting early 2023 seconds is it may not happen like that. You might go, oh, I think I'm going to get 13, 14, and then all of a sudden you get 16, 17, and 16, 17 is not going to be the same as probably 11 in this draft. It could be, but the chances are you're probably devaluing that pick. So that's where I am adding a 2023 or 2022 first. Let's say you're at 10, 11, and I'm adding a second or whatever I need to, if it has to be a second and a third, to try to get the exact same value in the 2023 class. That is a trade that I am making. So, now, okay, we're gonna recap this. Be patient. Keep those top 5 picks. Know that if you have a quarterback that you need to trade into that 2023 class, because this 2022 class is not going to be what you need. And then the last, of course, one is that +4, +5 type of mentality. Or if you can't trade for the same value, if you have a late first and you don't want to trade into that early second, which is danger, then try to add picks to get the same pick in the 22 class into the 2023 class. This class falls off pretty drastically from 6 on. And you were talking about the difference between Jamar Chase and Rashad Bateman. Jamar Chase and Rondale Moore. What's the difference between that value? A ton. And so that is the difference between this draft class. And if you can do anything, if you can do anything to get those later firsts into either mid-first or later first, which in 2023 I think are going to be much more valuable. You're going to have quarterbacks shifted into these top positions, and you're going to see some of these wide receivers and running backs, they're going to start falling back. You're going to get you probably won't get CJ Stroud, but you might even get like a Gibbs like in the late first. Maybe not. Like, things are going to change a lot in the next basically 12 months. But there might be 3-4 quarterbacks in that top 6-7, and you might get these running backs and these wide receivers to start drifting down. So that's what I got for you. That's my biggest tips for the 2022-2023 class. Right now, that's what I would do if I was in your shoes, which, you know what, maybe listen to a little bit of that advice. A little bit. All right, peace out. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.